Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Volvo Christian. And also welcome to this Wagon video. Oh yes, the star of the show today, Volvo's V60. Just behold this astonishing wagon as I climb up from the bushes. Just look at this. Wow. Maybe the topic for this video should be why the heck I didn't buy a wagon. I'm so amazed by the V60, and especially in the R design trim. Just add a roof box on this and we got it. Just look at the lines on this V60, stretching from the tail lights and further down the sides. Just love these lines and the strong shoulder lines. Oh, just look at this. So I just grabbed this V60 from my local dealer, Frydenbø Bilcenter. This is one of their test cars. It's a model year 21 T6 all-wheel drive R design in pebble grey. And if we look at the alloys, these aren't R design specific. These are actually 20-inch alloys from the inscription trim. But we also got something else special. We got the exhaust tips from Polestar engineered. If the camera will focus, you can see the Polestar engineered embossed in. So Frydenbø has done a few tweaks to this one. Personally, I will also add the styling kit to get the little extra cladding on the rear bumper, more sharper side sills or skirts, and also the little extra cladding on the front bumper, that extra lower splitter. Then it would be even better. When I woke up earlier today, I was thinking to do a configuration Thursday on my Instagram page. I was scrolling through the configuration page, and I was thinking if I should order today, what would I go for? Combined with all my experience with Volvos, I landed on X60 inscription, model year 22. I was pretty pleased with myself. Denim blue, tailored wool blend interior in midnight zinc, running with 22-inch alloys, the extra wheel archers and the running boards. Amazing spec. But when I got placed behind the wheel of this one, like 10 seconds after, I was just thinking, what the heck is XC? I'm a wagon man. This is just incredible. Instantly, when I placed behind the wheel here and can sit relaxed in the driver's seat, I feel at home. I really love the driving position you get in the V60. And especially when you have these ventilated comfort seats. These are just awesome. And this V60 are actually quite special also, because this is one of very few that have the adaptive 4C chassis. This was an option in early model year 21, and if I remember correctly, also late model year 20, but that may be wrong. It was at least an option for the non-hybrids for a while. and then the hybrids got it as well. Sadly, it was discontinued shortly after. So it's just a few numbers of cars of the V60 hybrids with the 4C chassis. And this one has it. And I have driven the V60 for thousands of kilometers with test cars. And never tried the 4C chassis. So this is my first experience and I'm super amazed. Even with these huge 20-inch alloys, it rides so soft and smooth when you're in hybrid. But when you shift to Polestar engineered, to the power mode, everything sharpens up and gets stiffer. It's almost like you have a Polestar engineered car. It's actually quite impressive how much difference it is between the drive modes here. When you go from hybrid to power, yes, you will get a better throttle response and you get harder steering. But here, the suspension also changes. And you can instantly feel the harder suspension when you go to power. And that's quite impressive that even on huge 20-inch, you can have a smooth and relaxed suspension, forgiving over uneven surfaces, and manages to iron some of them out in a hybrid. And when you go over to power, you have a performance beast. Much harder, a firmer suspension, almost like you are driving the Polestar engineered. So this is the perfect setup. If we think about the V60 Polestar engineered, that have manually adjustable suspension. Fairly easy access in the front, under the hood, but you have to lift up the car in the rear to adjust the suspension when you go from the different softnesses in the Öhlins suspension. And here, with one tap on the drive mode wheel, you totally change the character of the car. This is perfect setup. I can't understand why Volvo decided to discontinue the 4C chassis on the hybrids. If I could order this today, I would do it. Without a doubt. Last weekend I tested two different V60s. First, the Osmium Grey T6 R-Design with 18-inch alloys, and I also had the Crystal White T8 Polestar engineered with 20-inch alloys. And I have to say that this is actually more comfortable than both of them. Of course, it was better than the Polestar engineered, but surprisingly also I find this more comfortable than the 18-inch R-Design setup. Or at least very, very close. It's quite impressive. I really I'm amazed by this. I'm actually also glad that I didn't buy one of those two wagons, because now I know what I want. I want the 4C chassis in a V60. And with my preferences that are I'm quite picky and demanding, I'm basically looking in a needle in a haystack. Because I am really picky on what equipment I want. Even this one, that's very heavily loaded, I still find things I would like to add. The styling kit are fairly easy to add, but when I step into a Volvo test car or just a press car, I check out a few things. If I see the comfort seat, I immediately tap this wheel and check on the screen if it has massage. And then it should be another option above this side bolsters. So this one doesn't have a massage. So for me, that's a strike. Strike one. And then check the windows. This one doesn't have the double glazed laminated windows that I really like. So strike 2. And as you may see, we have the Harman Kardon stereo. Actually quite good stereo and very good when we think about the cost. So very high value for money here. And in the V60 it plays really good. Don't get me wrong. But I just love the Bowers & Wilkins stereo. So strike 3. And I could continue like this with a couple of more things. I'm really picky. I know what Volvo have and I know what I like, so it's hard to find a car without speccing it myself. As you may understand, it's very hard for me to find a wagon that ticks all the boxes, at least with the options that you can't add afterwards, like the styling kit. I have to tick off Bowers & Wilkins, panoramic roof, laminated windows, and now 4C. If it was a S90 or V90, I would also have the 4C, but then with the air suspension on the rear, like I had in my S90. So I got a long list of things I want. When you pay the high cost like these are, it's a very expensive car, and I put a huge chunk of my salary into the car, and then I want it to be just right. The color aren't that important because there's also always possibility to wrap it afterwards. But I have to have the correct specs. So one day, when I find the correct V60 for me, I will definitely try to buy it, because I really love this wagon. I was constantly smiling when I drove this from the dealer and into Bergen Centrum and out here. Just constantly smiling like a kid on Christmas Eve. It's such a blast to drive, good driving position, and I really love it. Really love driving the V60, especially when we have the comfort seats. And just look at this, when you can step out of the car and admire this one. Wow, I'm definitely a wagon man. So it's actually maybe quite shockingly that I actually purchased a car a few days ago that's not a wagon, but it was an impulse buy, and I couldn't find a wagon for me at this time, and I needed a car fairly fast since I sold my S90 like 2 weeks ago, 1 or 2 weeks ago. Time flies really fast. So I needed a car, and I saw that car that I'm picking up next week, and I was really amazed by it. Great color, great spec, and you will see in a few days what I went for. But that's probably gonna be a temporary ownership of that car, because when I find the correct spec of a V60, I will just sell the other car and grab this one. So that's the plan. A V60 will soon be mine, if I can find it with all the specs I want. Maybe we can take a little closer look on the inside before we wrap up this video. So, time for the interior. You see the AWD steering wheel with contrast stitching, and since this car also have the upgraded leather wrapped dashboard, we got also the contrast stitching here and along the center console. Looks pretty sweet and stylish. This one have the optional comfort seats. They didn't spec it out with the massage function, but the cooling function are pretty awesome on hot days. Also got the panoramic roof. That's also pretty sweet. And upgraded stereo to the Harman Kardon. As I said before, pretty awesome stereo for the price. We got the heated seats. So pretty spacious back here. And we can check out the luggage capacity. One of the best things with the wagon. Just fix up the safety net. You can load all the way up to the roof. Spacious. So maybe I should wrap it up here. And there's no surprise that I really love this wagon. It's just awesome. I'm a wagon man. 100%. So I hope you enjoyed this impulse video I had to make. I'm just gonna have this for today and also tomorrow. But I'm going on work tomorrow, so I have to take it afterwards for a little spin. And then I have to deliver it back to Frydenbø. But I totally recommend you to go ahead and test drive a V60. And if you live in Bergen, head out to Frydenbø in Bergen West, Skjøkkelvik, and take this one for a spin. And if you like it, you can just buy it. It's pretty loaded with goodies. Even if I have some pointed out a few things I would add to the list. But that's just me. I'm really picky, but it's a very good equipped. And it looks awesome in this pebble gray. So, thanks for watching yet again. Hope you enjoy this. And a new video aren't far away. So take care everyone. Bye bye.